What's up, guys? It is 2018. That means it is Cinco de Mayo. And this is The Kingdom. Of course, I'm your host, Justin, Picks.com. We predict the game, your favorite sports, to make you extra cash. Check out the website for theloveofpicks.com for even more free picks. The guy here with you normally at 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays and Sundays at. We're a little late today, but that's okay. We don't have many games early today, although we do have an NBA game coming on at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, so not too long from now. And here you go to the Facebook page for the Love of Picks and the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, and sign up at the website picks.com, and you will be notified of all of our free content. And guys, of course, my best bets, my best picks that I have of all of my picks are under the Platinum Pick area on the website. You can go there and choose from monthly, weekly, and daily picks. All of my Platinum packages come with a money-back guarantee. If we do not make you a profit over a span of a week or a month, you will get a credit for another week or month or your money back. So go check out all that at the website. All kinds of stuff up there, anywhere from free picks in every single game all the way to my Platinum package area. Of course, we are on YouTube and Facebook. We've got YouTube up top. What's up, guys? And Facebook down. How you doing? So it is Saturday, and we've got a full card full of games, full slate of baseball, 2 NBA playoff games, 2 NHL playoff games, and of course, for those of you who like horse racing, we have the Kentucky Derby. And we don't talk a lot about horse racing, of course, but being that it is the Kentucky Derby, I'm going to give you a prediction on who will be putting my money on for today's Kentucky Derby. And there's a couple ways, of course, you can bet the Kentucky Derby. You can bet on the winner, or you can do what I like to do, which is a trifecta, which means that you pick 3 different horses. And already dealing with some internet connections. Let's see. It's Facebook that we're having trouble with. YouTube's fine. Facebook trying its best to reconnect right now. Let's see if we can fix it. There we go. All right, cool. All right, sorry about that, Facebook. We're back and had a little bit of technical difficulties today. Still dealing with some internet problems, but hopefully that'll be the end of it. And let's see. We're talking about the Kentucky Derby. There are a couple ways you can bet that, and you can do all kinds of different ways. But we're going to probably look at the trifecta. And so we've got a wonderful variety of games today. Of course, we've got Ryan's picks, and I told you Ryan would be doing baseball and basketball as not just basketball. I have 2 picks for Ryan today. 1 basketball, 1 baseball. And of course, you can go to the platinum package area under daily picks, and you can find out the games that me and Ryan are looking at for our best bets. Of course, to get the pick, click on the image, and that will take you to the shop area where you can purchase our daily platinum picks or grab on a weekly or monthly package. And like I said, you'll get our best value there. So with that said, let's go on and give out a pick today before we talk about a couple things that we have on today's show. Of course, 4 picks, always at least 4 picks from me every day on this show, and then we do 2 picks from Ryan. And get right into baseball. We've got the White Sox playing against the Minnesota Twins. So that's the Chicago White Sox, Minnesota Twins. We've got Lance Lynn, 0-3 with an 8.37 ERA for the Twins, pitching against Hector Santiago for the White Sox, who's 0-0 with a 3.48 ERA. I'm not a big fan of Lance Lynn. We've picked against him a lot on this show, and we're going to keep that going. I just don't, Lance Lynn had a couple, he had a year or two that was decent when he was with the Cardinals, but he fell off to the point where he's now bounced around quite a bit. And I just don't have confidence in him as a starter. You might see him move to a bullpen eventually, but right now we've got him pitching today against, for the Twins, who just aren't a good team this year, and the White Sox aren't either. But the White Sox can't lose every game, and this is a really good game for them to pick up a win. So we're going to take the White Sox minus 104, and that will be our first pick on. So let's look at Ryan is, let's see, NBA game, of course. We'll start with that one. So we got the Boston Celtics playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. This is going to be game 3 of the second round of this NBA 7-game series, semifinal series. And of course, the Celtics are up 2-0 here. And it's moving to Philadelphia. And a lot like the last series where the Celtics played the Bucks, even though the Bucks had more talent and seemed like Boston, the way the team is right now, without Kyrie Irving, without Gordon Hayward, without a go-to scorer, I just think that they struggle on the road. And I think this is Philadelphia gets the win. But this is a very large spread. And so Ryan has Celtics +9. I think the Philadelphia 76ers will get the win and probably come up pretty close to that 9. But I'm thinking they win by 7-8 points. So Celtics +9, and that'll be our second pick for today's show. So with that said, guys, let's talk about something very important to sports betting. This is what we call a marathon, not a sprint. We've said this before. If you have expectations of winning every single day, that's not going to happen. You're in the wrong place. Sports betting is done with the mentality that you're not going to win them all. I mean, even rappers out there, the ones who are legitimately, and I don't mean the ones making it up, putting on there that they're doing 75%, 80%, and they're just going, and the next day they're putting that they did good on these games when there's no proof of that. Here we post the games, the games from yesterday, for you would be able to see, and they were there for you to see all day yesterday. So if you don't believe that we're capping at our percentage, you can just check it. You can go see, take a screenshot of the games from yesterday, and then, go look at the scores. And you can do the same thing today. Go look at the games from today, screenshot them, look at the scores. A lot of websites, you'll see them say, well, we had this game yesterday, but where's the proof? So the point of that is you're going to lose. It's of course, everybody tries to predict every game and win. I'm not trying to lose any of these games. Ryan's not trying to lose any of these games, but um, nobody out there can cap at 100%. So what I'm saying is there's going to be days where there's losers, there's going to be days where there's winners, but over the long run, we expect to come out on top. I guarantee you, over the long haul, we will win more than we lose. So you take the losing days with the winning days. It's it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So just to give an example, a couple years ago, I went through a period. Um, the year the Cubs won the World Series. Um, the Cubs won the World Series. They went on a really long winning streak, and this was before they were getting the ridiculous kind of spreads like they're getting now. Now it corrected itself eventually, but at the beginning of the season, you could get the Cubs at a really nice price, and the Cubs just went on this really ridiculous long winning streak, and I caught it about midway through and did pretty well. But they followed this winning streak with a really, really bad losing streak. And thinking that they were going to eventually pick it up, with the Cubs, um, and lost a considerable amount of money because they literally, and what was happening is the spread, the lines got so big that what was happening and this was, I won't say this was at the beginning, but this was still when I was uh, learning, especially in baseball. I was doing more football and basketball at this point. This was like the beginning of me learning in baseball. And so what I was doing is when the spreads got way too high on the money line for the Cubs because they had won so many games in a row, I switched to the run line, and that was working out too for a while. But what happened is when the Cubs would win, they'd win by a run, and then when they in the other games they were losing, so they were either losing or winning by a run. So I was missing on all of them, and I just went on a point where I lost 8-9 games in a row, and I quit. I stopped doing. I stopped betting. I stopped betting on baseball altogether for a little while. And the point of it is I came back to it. Came back with a different strategy, of course. Started betting on multiple teams and not just betting on one team a lot. But the point of the story is once I came back and picked it up, and I had actually had a really good baseball year my first year. It was just that one little small period of time where I did really bad. Um, and the point is, it is a grind. It's there's going to be days where you lose, and the point is at the end of the month, in a 30-day span, did you win more than you lost? And over a week span, did you win more than you lost? Or over a year span, did you win more than you lost? And that's the goal. If you're losing, winning, if at the end of the year you're in the negative, and then the negative, and the next year in the negative, this is not for you. Your goal has to be in the positive, but it can't, unless you're just doing really bad and you're just really bad at it, you can't give up too quickly. You have to just stick with it. It's a grind. Eventually, over under of the Celtics and the game. This is in Philadelphia. I expect Philadelphia to put some crowd, will energize them, and I'm thinking if I had to predict this, it's going to be about maybe 111, 102, or 112, 104. That puts us underneath that 9 spread. So that also would put us over 206. And I could see like 108, one game, or 108, 102 kind of game. So it just depends. I think that we'll have no problem covering the 206.5 or 2.5 over 206.5, and that will will be our third pick show. Now, we are having some technical difficulties with and our internet connection. So I apologize, guys, for the internet connection. I'm gonna keep to see what's going on and how to get it working better. But hopefully, not have any more problems with Facebook ever since we had that first problem. So might have to pick a. We might have just broadcasting from one until the other, since running to this could be part of the problem. But let's look at another pick. Let's go to the NHL. The Cap and the Penguins tonight, and of course I have a that on that one. So you'll have to go to the Platinum Picks to get the Capitals and Penguins. So let's go look at the game, which is the Jets. And I think the Predators have a decent shot at winning. The Jets have just looked really good, and you can get the Jets at plus money right now. So the Winnipeg Jets might actually be a good pick. But since I'm not confident on who's going to win that game, we're going to look at the over. The over is 5.5. And just like last night with the Sharks and this to be a high-scoring game, maybe even cover late in the third period. So we're going to take the over of 5.5 in the Predators and Jets game, and that will be our fourth pick for today's show. And then, of course, yesterday, guys, we went 2-4 on the show, but we did pretty good overall on the website. And my platinum picks yesterday did pretty good. 2 out of 3 nailed on those picks. So the only one that did not hit was the over in the Jazz game. And we got pretty close, 205 points. We needed 208 points. So we got close. Unfortunately, the Jazz on their own home court yesterday just got a whooping. And even though I thought that the Rockets would win the game, in fact, I believe Ryan's platinum pick area had the Rockets -4, so that was his pick for the night, and they obliterated them. But unfortunately, the Jazz, in getting beaten that bad, did not score enough points to cover the over. So on the show, not so great yesterday. We had our first negative all week, which pretty good. That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we either had fantastic days or broke even. So Friday, 5th day of the week, we finally had a negative day on the show. Not so bad. But those days are going to happen because, when me and Ryan both have 6 picks in our platinum area that are our best bets, it gets diluted a little bit. So the picks that we're giving out on the show are just going to be, that second tier of picks. So not near as good, but as you know, we still do pretty good with the picks on the show. So one more thing to talk about that we've talked about before, and we'll call it the juice. And that's basically the price to make your bets. And for example, when we take, say, let's see, give you a good example. All right, so when we go to bet on the Celtics game at over 206.5, there's going to be some juice there, and it's going to be probably, last time I looked at it, I think it was -110 or -115. And that means you have to bet 115 to get 100. So you bet 115 to get 100. If you win, you make $100. But if you lose the 115. And so it's just part of the game. That's how it works. And it has a lot of different, you know, things that it affects. For instance, when we're adding up our units and how we did, you know, you're adding that minus 115 to, you know, say if you won and you won at minus 115 and then you won two other games at say minus 140 and you won another game at plus 120. Those are the numbers that you're adding up to get to your total on how many units you are ahead. So the juice, there's, you know, very successful. You find game like, you know, even money. Hey, take this team. It's at even money. That means you bet 100, you win 100. Those games are rare. Usually those are either pick 'em games or just games where Vegas doesn't really have an opinion either side, which one's the more favorable matchup. Usually when a team is minus 115, the other side is only minus 105, minus 110. If the team is minus 125, then that's usually where you'll see teams minus 105 or even plus 105. So keep in mind when you're looking at these spreads, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a line. Justin Cannon at fortheloveofpicks.com. That's the email address you can contact me at. If you ever have any questions on how lines work or basically anything in general, be sure to shoot me a line, and I'll timely fashion I answer all my emails. So with that said, guys, let's go on and give out our last two picks for today's show. I didn't write down who's pitching. I apologize for that, but Cubs and Cardinals, and Ryan has given us the Cubs. The Cubs 5. Cardinals were able to win yesterday, so expect the Cubs to have a bounce back game. So we're going to take the Cubs plus 105 today. And then our last pick for looking at, trying to remember where's the other game I haven't gotten. So yesterday we had the under of under 8. No. We had the we had under 8, and time the game to 7.5 in the Diamondbacks and Astros game yesterday. And the Astros did all the scoring for us. And I think it was 9, and the Astros scored 8 runs. I just have my math off here. So we barely covered on that game, but that doesn't matter. Barely cover is still a cover. And I expect them to do this again today. The line's a little lower. It's today's line that's at 7.5. We have Charlie Morton, 4-0, 1.72 ERA going up against Greinke. Zach Greinke, 3-2, a 4.50 ERA. He's looked a lot better lately, and that's good enough to stand under the 7.5. I think this is one of those games where these guys' ERAs is definitely going to play into it. I expect them to pitch like they normally do, and that's good enough to stand under the 7.5. I think this is one of those games where these guys' ERAs is definitely going to play into it. I expect. I'm thinking 4-2 is the score on one of these sides of this game. I don't know if it's Astros or Diamondbacks, but the under of 7.5 is a great play for me. So the under 7.5, Diamondbacks and Astros, and that will be our 6th and final pick for today's show. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure you're going to the YouTube channel. Go to the Facebook page and go to the website. Like us on our Facebook page, subscribe at our YouTube channel, and sign up at the website to get all the free content. Of course, we do most of our videos through YouTube, and our special live shows like we did last night for our live betting show, we do that through Facebook. And then, of course, there's even more stuff on the website. Just about everything's on the website. You can watch the replay of this show on the website, catch all of the videos, parlay videos, upset alert videos, And then, of course, we have every single game, Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL, all free on the website, all picked free for you. And then finally, go to my Platinum Pick area. Check out mine and Ryan's Platinum Picks. You can do daily, weekly, or monthly packages. Those weekly or monthly packages are basically you're going to get my best 3 picks or Ryan's best 3 picks every single day for either a week or for a month. And to check out what games that you are going to be picking, you can go check out the daily pick area that shows you the daily picks for that day. And the daily picks for that day are the same picks that people who have signed up for the weekly package are getting every single day. You can purchase those daily picks individually if you want to check out just one. And those are very small price, $9.95 a pick. Probably going to lower those even lower to more like $5, $6 a pick. But either way, go check out my Platinum package area. That's where my best bets are. So with that said, guys, hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, let's make money. Peace out, Facebook. And have a great day, YouTube.